start with? What's something we usually start with when we draw the human head in proportion? Yes. 3 lines. But what do we put those 3 lines on top of? There's something that we put those 3 lines on top of first. Yes. An egg shape. So first we're going to sketch an egg-shaped oval sphere. And it's going to be tapered at the bottom so it's a little smaller. I'm going to have you guys try to fill up the whole paper today. So we're going to maybe leave like an inch or 2 at the top, and an inch or 2 at the bottom, and an inch or 2 on the sides. But other than that, go ahead and just use your shoulder and your elbow and your wrist and just freely fill in an egg-shaped sphere. Think of an egg in your kitchen. And it's going to taper or get a little smaller toward the bottom. Something you can do to help yourself is to make a mark at the top of your paper, about an inch from the top, and then make a mark at the bottom of your paper about an inch from the bottom, and an inch from the side on the left, an inch from the side on the right. And that can help you to space and place your egg shape on your paper. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but we want it to be a generic oval or a generic sphere. Okay. What do we do once we're done with this? What's the next step? You guys remember? Yes.
We draw a vertical and a horizontal line. So the vertical line is going right down the middle of the head. The horizontal line is also going right through the middle of the head.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and do that. So next is a vertical line. And what do you have with you that can help you to draw a vertical line? Yes. Yeah, you have your pencil box with you. Or your iPad. So make a little mark at the top of your paper, of your sphere, and at the bottom of your sphere. And you can go ahead and connect them by using a straight edge or just with freehand. And what's the purpose of this vertical line? What does this vertical line do? So Emma, what would you say is the reason for the vertical line?
Just map out the space between your eyes and just get all of your guidelines in place.
Yeah, it helps you to map the space between your eyes and helps you to get some guidelines in place. You can also think of it, as one of you guys said this last time, for symmetry. Same on both sides, more or less. Humans are not perfectly symmetrical, but we do have an incredible amount of symmetry. This is the line for the middle of your eyes. The vertical line is a line where you'll find the bridge of your nose, the middle of your lips, the space between your eyes, etc. Okay, so what's the line that gets placed halfway between your center horizontal line and the top of your head? What line goes in between them? Yes? What's that?
The eyebrow line?
Even before the eyebrow line, there's another line. Yeah, the hairline. So that's halfway between the top of the head and the middle of the face. Basically speaking, now if your hair was pulled back, it would be a little higher up. If you had bangs, it would be a little lower. But generically speaking, your eyebrow, or your hairline rather, is halfway between the middle line and the top of your head. And then what's the line that goes halfway between the middle horizontal line and the bottom of your head? What line is that? What is this one for? Anyone remember? Yes.
The mouth line.
Yep, it's close to the mouth line. It's actually a little above your mouth. What's just a little bit above your mouth? It's your nose, correct. So halfway between your eyes and the bottom of your chin, it's a horizontal line, and that's going to be for your nose. Who knows Who knows about the nose? Who knows how wide your nose is, generically speaking? Who knows a measurement to help remember how wide your nose is, basically speaking? Yes? Yep, go ahead.
About 11
Yeah, it's about the width of your eye. So which means we have to place some eyes on our head so that we know how big things are going to be. How many eye widths wide is your head, generally speaking? Yes. 5. Very good. So what you guys need to do is create some eyes, one on both sides, one on each side, that are about 1/5 the size or the width of your head, or about, so that 2.5 eyes can fit on the whole head, on the whole half of the head, and 5 total across it. So let's take a few minutes and see if we can get that right. And if you can't get it right, it's okay. You're going to have to crosshatch over any mistakes or any adjustments that you're making. And a lot of times your head is just not going to be this ovally. Sometimes it gets more narrow. So let's generally find an eye shape and size that you're happy with, that you're personally going to be happy with. Something like that. And then remember, your measuring tool is the tip of your pencil and your thumb. The tip of your pencil goes on one part of your eye and your thumb goes on the other. And then that becomes the width of your eye. And then you can move where the tip of your pencil used to be. That can be the thumbnail. And then when you make a mark, that can become the other eye. It's not an exact science because proportions in the human face are generic to start with, and then you do more details later. So what this means is my head probably has to be a little less wide on this side. So I'm going to actually retrofit, or like fit later, the width of the head to meet the width of the eyes. In other words, I'm going to make this head a little bit skinnier on this side. You can do that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little piece of paper towel, and that's going to help you because you know that you really can't erase with this technique because you guys have that toned ground. So instead of erasing, you can actually just crosshatch over what you don't like, and then you can smudge into it. It's just a way of like, it's like painting over it basically, okay? So once we get to this stage, then this is like a really good start. So I'm gonna walk around now with a paper towel, and I'm gonna see you guys show me that you have a face that's 5 eye widths wide, that both eyes are the same width, and check it out guys, remember this, the nose is the same width as your eyes. So you can take the spot between your eyes, which is equal to the width of your eye, drop it down to that line we made before, and you can fill in the width of your nose. You can just start it as a shadow, because you guys all know that a shadow happens at the bottom of your nose. And that's how you start. Okay, so I'm coming around with a paper towel, and I would like to see a replica of what's on the screen. Thank you.